You see how that's just blocking everything? I'm hit! Like, I'm sick of these people!
I don't understand. They have the keys. What, are you just gonna keep this car until he's got his brother gets back in 4 days and comes and gets his thing? You're kind of holding this guy's car hostage because if he doesn't have the same as the registration.
I can't give the vehicle back to somebody that it doesn't belong to.
I'm gonna call my lawyer and call one of my officers up there. Okay. And if I have to come up there and have them come with me, I'm bringing them because this is weird. I don't understand how this happens. So if you're gonna make me drive from West Knox and all that shit, man, this is not okay.
All right, Oklahoma. Stop. Scratches over there. That bumper's pretty messed up.
No way.
Parking brakes suck.
Do a lockout, see if I can get it into neutral to get it out of here.
Okay. Here, do you want this? You see how that's just blocking everything? It's just blocking everything.
Hey, will you see if you can find me a little screwdriver in the console? I forgot to grab one. Crazy.
What's that?
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, Lordy. Yep. They'll learn the hard. My parking spots are more expensive.
That's right. I told them guys, I was like, hey, if y'all park down here, I'm like, that's ours parking is up here. I was like, park up there.
It's probably somebody strolling to town.
What's the plan?
Well, I found neutral, so
Okay.
see if we can strap it and
You won't be able to boom up very much. I'm hit. He's like, I'm sick of these people.
It's like, we can't even get our truck in.
In front of the dumpster, in front of your sign, blocking that spot, blocking it's just, yeah. Yeah. I always wondered how people even find these spots back here. It's like,
oh, they found it.
find the person. I couldn't find who it belongs to. I went all the shops.
Everywhere.
They're probably just walking around town.
Yeah, they're strolling town right now, having a good time.
Having some pancake pantry. Where's my car?
Yeah, eating some breakfast.
All right.
Thank you. Well, guys, we're on our way out, so hang tight. Okay, guys, got her back out to the main street here, flip-flopped around. Just dollies weren't going to happen, so we did have to get in and get this thing popped into neutral so we could safely get it out of the parking lot. So we're going to get it back to the lot.
Construction worker, and I was wondering what I had to do to get the car back. Do we have to come pick it up, or?
Yeah, ID has to match the registration, and they have to come to the lot to verify and pick it up from here.
Okay, and how much will it be to pick it up?
It's total.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Are they heading this way now?
We possibly in the next 30 minutes.
Okay, if something changes, just let me know, and I'll make sure somebody's over here in about 30 minutes.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Construction worker.
Still should have parked there.
Whew. This is Jeff, Everything Auto.
Yes, Jeff. Again.
Yeah.
Hey, my uncle's employees, they didn't realize that they had some guys working for them there and had y'all tow his car. And they don't care to pay for it. I don't care to pay for it. But I think it's like his brother's car. What all do you guys have to have or telling us you got to have to get this vehicle back out?
As long as he's the registered owner, ID matches the registration of the vehicle, we can release it back to him, and the cost associated.
So now, I'm not sure if that is the case as far as the guy having it. I think it's like his brother's car. These people that work, they all drive and do different stuff. And the people that's called y'all have made a mistake. They're trying to bring him back down there. They can pay for it. I can pay for it over the phone. We're not that. They made an honest mistake because we're there because they asked us to be there.
Yeah.
So how do you do this registered car thing, or do I need to get a hold of someone else to figure this out? I don't understand. If they have their keys and the same people that called you are taking them down there because it's a mistake, I don't understand.
Well, it's
I drive my family's car all the time, and I got 8 vehicles. They drive mine all the time as well.
Yeah, and it's just it saves us if I give the car back to somebody that it's not supposed to be, and then I get in big trouble. So for me to release it.
I grew up Surrey County. So where are you located at? 54th to Gatlinburg.
221 Newman Road in Gatlinburg.
220. We're doing all that work there at this Newman Court.
Newman Road.
All I know is I think it's the guy's brother's car, and it's the car you guys towed. They have the keys. They're there. The people that's towed it. I mean, what, are you just going to keep this car until his brother gets back in 4 days and comes and gets this thing?
I mean, unless his brother can text me a picture of his. If he wants to have his brother call me, and that way his brother can text me a picture of his
I think
ID.
His brother speaks Spanish, man, so I'm trying to translate.
Okay.
And all my guys I pay taxes on, I'm going to call somebody with the city or somebody to figure out what I can do to resolve this, because the guys sitting there working for the people that called y'all, they own this. We have done, we're from Gatlinburg, had business in Gatlinburg for 40 years. We're calling to say we made a mistake. We don't care to pay you, but you're kind of holding this guy's that's working today's car hostage because if he doesn't have the same as the registration.
Well, I mean, I can't give the.
I'm pretty sure it's his brother's.
Yeah, but
I can't.
This place. I can't give the vehicle back to somebody that it doesn't belong to.
He's been driving. He drove his families today. I'm gonna call my lawyer and call one of my officers up there. Okay. And if I have to come up there and have them come with me, I'm bringing them because this is weird. I don't understand how this happens.
Okay. Yeah,
I've got 8 vehicles. My family drives my cars all the time, especially when I go out of town. And I don't understand how the people that's called you are telling you, "Hey, this was a mistake. This is this person's car." I don't know how that's not enough.
Because I mean that doesn't mean anything to me. I mean I have to have proof.
No, you guys are the ones that came and took the car out of the parking lot.
Yes, correct.
at these people's request because it was their private property. My uncle owns the land.
Okay, yeah.
I just need to know how we can get this done without you guys trying to keep these people's car for 5-6 days. I mean, what do I wait 2 years and you guys just keep his car if his brother ends up getting hit in a car accident on the way out of town?
I mean, I told you I can make this very simple. If he just wants to send me a photo of his ID and give me permission to release this car to somebody else, I'll give it to whoever he wants me to give it to. But I can't do that without the registered.
Okay, so here's the okay. I get that. What I'm trying to say is, this may be confusing. Let me see if I can get him to do it in Spanish, because a lot of these guys, like I have guys that are Spanish that look like they just fell off a boat and they don't speak very good English, that are born in Chicago, they have dual citizenship, and it's still hard to communicate with them. So I can try that, but other than that, I don't know what kind of law this is, because I get it if the people that ask you to tow it off their property, the ones that gave you permission to tow it off their property, weren't telling you, and guys, if they weren't saying, hey, we were here, we made a mistake, this is this guy's vehicle that he pulled here and parked on our property and had permission to park on your property, that you towed it off of, I would understand. But now they're making this totally complicated for me to pay you guys, and they're the ones that's asked you and gave you permission to come on their property.
Yeah, I mean, that's a totally different.
That's what's weird. That's the weird. That's what the same people that told you to have permission to tow it are coming to take them personally back there and apologize. So if you're gonna make me drive from West Knoxville and all that, man, this is not okay. Okay.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. It can all be resolved with a photo, and it doesn't make any matter to me who called me. That is totally irrelevant. The irrelevant part, the irrelevant part. If you're not going to listen to me, then I'm going to hang up. If you're not going to let me talk and you're going to do all the talking, then this is not going to work very well.
Did you take it off their property?
I was removed. I was told to remove this vehicle from their property. Yes. What other questions do you have?
You took it off their property.
It's very simple. I give the vehicle back to the registered owner. I don't know who the registered owner is. I wasn't aware of who owns it. I was just called to tow it.
If I can get that handled, let me make some phone calls, see if I can get that handled to make this simpler. If not, we'll call you guys back, or I'll head that way, and we'll have whoever I need to meet us over there.
Gotcha. Sounds good. You have a good day.
Thanks, sir. I've got someone coming. They're meeting up there to get that car. They've got what he's needed. They towed a car by accident that someone had. I was just trying to let him know they'll be there in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, man. Another day in there. It's always something. What's going on, man?
Hey, man. How are you? Yeah, I'm good.
I'm here to pay you, but what's I need to get some of your signs. I got a couple of parking lots downtown, and I used to tow the cars. You're familiar with cars in Pigeon Forge?
Okay.
But I'll switch to you. Do you have signs I can buy from you?
It sounds like you might be the one that I don't want to do business with.
Oh, I don't know about that. I've got the parking lots. It's like,
listen, what you're asking me to do on the phone is to break rules.
I haven't talked to you.
You haven't talked to me. Okay.
Okay.
Well, what he was asking me to do was to break the law.
To tell him, but he wouldn't.
And I'm not breaking the law for anybody. I don't. That's not what I'm here to do. So, but I'll help out as much as I can. But if and his family own that parking lot, then I may not be able to help you out anyway, unless you've got a totally different spot.
Yeah, but we'll talk, man. I appreciate it. You guys, glad it all worked out.
Well, I mean, I don't know that it worked out or not. So what's going on?
He owns the car. His passport and stuff's in the car. That's his ID.
Okay.
Other than that, that's all I know.
Okay, so
he doesn't speak English, though.
That's okay. I've got a translator.
Okay.
Is he the registered owner?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We can translate.
Yeah, I don't know how this all went so wrong. Like,
right there, he doesn't speak
Hello.
English.
No, that's okay.
And we didn't know. Nobody knew whose car it was. It was blocking other stuff, as you saw.
Yeah.
And that's how it went wrong.
Well, like I said, we tried to make this as simple as possible, but when he called me, it was he didn't care who owned it and who didn't own it. So it was kind of a bad deal.
Here, come on in here, guys.
Yeah, that gate's automatic. It'll close.
It'll shut on its own. Yeah.
How long you been set up down here?
We've been here about 5 years, I think, something like that. We try to help out as much as possible, man.
Some Pigeon Forge too.
We do. We've got a lot over there too. So we kind of go back and forth between the two lots, and we've got rotations with all of the PDs and things like that. So we try, man.
You got a good reputation in town. I've talked to, or I've heard other people talk about you a couple times.
Well, we appreciate that, and
it's got to be from the YouTube video. Or something.
Well, we try to just do what you're supposed to do, you know, and so I guess that was where the confusion when called and wanted me to do something that's not.
See, we don't normally have this trouble. Normally, it's somebody parked there. It's not supposed to be there.
Yeah. And
you pick it up.
Yeah.
They come screaming.
Yeah.
That type of crap.
Well, I mean, in your guys' defense, even though it was somebody there for when it was an employee there, they were still parked where I'm sure not going to want them to park there.
No.
So he can't tell me on the phone that it was a mistake.
Yeah.
Because they were parked right in front of the sign blocking the entire parking lot. But like I told him on the phone, it's like that's a totally separate subject. I understand that you wanted me to remove it, and I understand it was a mistake, and we removed it for you. But it's where I have to give the vehicle back to the owner that gets me in trouble. If I give that vehicle back to somebody that is not on that registration, and then they call me up and say, "Hey, listen, you towed my car, and then you gave it back to X." So-and-so, and then all of a sudden I'm responsible for a $30,000-$40,000 car that I've given to somebody. So that's what I was trying to make him understand. I don't know if you can relay that to him. No hard feelings.
Oh, shoot up.
If you want to drive it off.
Okay.
If you want to let him, I told him that he would drive it off, but if you want to let him go, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll just have to go around. I'll meet it out here.
Yeah.
I'll take the key.
Yeah, he's good. It's his.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So after all of the threats and everything that took place on that whole transaction, this guy ends up being the registered owner, and there was no issues whatsoever. Yeah, again, boy, he can put out some threats, man. You know, like I said, I was trying my best, and he's saying he's going to call the police on me, and he's going to turn me into here and there, and it's like, that makes me not want to break the law if he's already saying he's going to turn me into somebody. So I'm like, my goodness, man. But
it's carried away sometimes.
do
you have signs out and about though?
You can have some signs made up, and you're welcome to put our info however you want the sign to look.
Yeah.
You are more than welcome to do that, and we will help out any way we possibly can. But please make him understand that I am not in town to break the law.
Yeah, that's totally unrelated. The parking lots I'm talking about, like as you enter town, the one to your left, the large one,
the one that you just built for extra parking. That
no, I've got three different parking lots.
Thank you so much.
But the one that I have the most trouble with people is the one like right before you turn, like right across from Old Reds. You know, there's a city lot. There's a city parking garage.
The garage.
To the left of that, I have.
You've got a little paid parking lot there.
No, it's like 300 something spots.
And then it has the second level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is the guy that we talked. The attendant. You've got the attendant.
Yes, you probably talked to him.
Yeah, I've talked to him several times.
Oh, really? Okay, he's super nice.
He is super cool. He was
he gets so worked up.
I know. He was like,
people will take advantage of him.
Yeah,
and it's stressful. I know you guys. If anybody knows, you guys know. But parking, it's so stressful, and when people. You get these entitled people that think that they should get whatever.
It gets very bad. But I've talked to him. He was very nice to us. The last time I talked to him, we were super hungry. We were trying to just complete our day, and he was like, "Listen, if you want to park the tow truck here and leave the lights on, you can run across the street to the Mexican." He said, "I would love for you to leave the truck
with the lights on." Yeah.
And
I thought about buying a tow truck at one point, or I thought about buying a boot, even though.
Yeah,
I don't know if you ever looked at
the laws have changed.
Yeah. Now supposedly they were there's new legislation though that's
coming back again.
That's
it may be they keep changing
know.
Stuff, so it may very well be. But they got really strict and tight on commercial property and booting and it was a whole book of.
How long have you been in this industry?
We've been about 20 years.
Oh wow!
So we've moved here from up north, and we're in Indiana, and we just kind of switched businesses down here, and we've We've been down here about 14 years.
Nobody will, really nobody tows in Gatlinburg.
Yeah, it's a tough thing because you got to have the right equipment, the smaller truck, the dollies, the auto loader. Everybody wants to try and come with rollbacks. They don't fit in parking lots. They're coming from Sevierville, Kodak.
Yeah.
You can't, if I'm removing something, then it's coming here. I'm 5 minutes away from downtown.
Because there's laws on that too of how far you're supposed to take it away from where you towed it.
We try to help out as much as we can, and we've got all of the equipment to do it, and we don't care one bit to help out. It just it can get tough, and I understand. Yeah, that parking lot you've got there, people want to take advantage of him too, and he's a super nice guy.
He really is, but I'm telling you, parking is a stressful situation, and it's like nobody knows it better than you guys. But
they just don't want to take responsibility for some of that stuff. And like I said, just like this one that I removed, man. I mean, he was right in the middle of the road.
Yeah, he wasn't in a spot. He was blocking a dumpster. He had another car blocked in.
And we get that a lot.
The only reason I come in is because he was doing work for me. I don't know the guy. I've never met the guy.
Yeah.
But he's doing work for me, so they were going to charge me either way. So I just figured I'd come pay it.
Well, thanks for being straight up, man. And like I said,
I'm sure I'll see you around.
Like I said, make sure that he knows. Nothing personal, but if
as I said, whatever you're doing, you got a great reputation. I was telling you were walking over there, but I've got involvement in Old Smoky, and all the people I work with, a lot of them watch your videos. They all say positive things.
Like I said, we just try to do the right thing, and sometimes for whatever reason, if it wasn't on video, you wouldn't believe me.
Yeah,
you wouldn't believe me.
All right, well, you guys have a good
Thank you, man. You too. Okay, guys. Paperwork stored away and documented, and all of that good stuff.
His ID and registration did match, so that was the owner. That was the only concern we had.
So through this whole heated situation where everything has to blow up, it came down to he had everything that he needed, and
easy peasy.
Easy. Like I don't care about the documented. That has nothing to do with the situation. All you had to do was prove ownership, and
they were concerned about, well, they speak Spanish. We're here because they speak Spanish. And I'm like, that's fine. We deal with Spanish speakers all the time. I've got a translator on my phone.
Kristen did a little bit.
I can speak a little bit. So, I mean,
I cannot, but
we can make it work. It's not a problem at all.
This day and age, we have translators on our phones, and we can at least make it happen. So I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was on that, but it was. It's an easy thing. It didn't have to come to all of the pull, the threats, and the
name dropping and calling other people and making other people call us, and
it didn't need to come to that. So
that's
I hope that I can help out in the future. Like that fellow was saying, he's got parking lots all over town. They would love to work with us because they know, we document everything, and we try to be as upfront and by the book as humanly possible. But don't call me and ask me to do something that's going to jeopardize my business, because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. There's people that say, like him, I've been in Gatlinburg for 40 years. Well, you know what? I'd like to be here for another 30. So in order for that to happen, you just have to do the right thing. And that's what we're going to try and do. And like I said, end up being very simple. We're very lenient on that. I didn't ask for, if the situation was he couldn't and he wasn't the registered owner, I wasn't asking for anybody to drive over here and be in person. And we can do this stuff over the phone, through text message, emails. There's notaries. There's all sorts of things that will make this an easy process. So I'm not trying to keep anybody's car for 2 years. I'm not trying to give anybody the hassle. I am simply trying to cover our business. So that's where we're at with that, guys.
I was just going to say that is one of our very top policies. The registered owner has to take possession. Either talk to me and say, yes, it's okay for this person to take it, or the registered owner comes and gets it himself. That is hard line. There's no exceptions.
That's why we've done the hold harmless forms for rental companies. We've made this as safe as possible for our company. And that's just what we're going to stick to, guys. So comment down below. We love hearing from you guys. Let us know what you think. If you're a company, let us know how you do things.
I'd love to hear that.
Maybe we can adopt a policy that makes the situation easier that I'm not aware of. That's why I love getting your guys's your comments. So comment down below, let us know. With that being said, it's a beautiful day here in Gatlinburg. If you're coming to town for summer vacations, you will thoroughly enjoy yourself because we have lots of new things going on and lots of beautiful things to see. But if you're seeing me, you're probably not having a good time. But anyway, we got a clean truck and we're going to go put it to work. More thoughts while driving the tow truck, brought to you. So guys, we were just talking about the situations where it's not just one or maybe two. It happens to our company a lot where people say, I have the keys. I don't understand what the hassle is. I've got the keys. It's got to be my vehicle. And that it's so crazy that you would think that that is the situation, because me and Kristen were just talking. You know how many lockout calls we get every day? Like maybe on a busy day, we might get 6, 7, even more lockout calls a day where people have lost their keys and need us to go and recover the vehicle or take it in to get some keys made. And these people will often call us and say, hey, listen, I lost my keys. I'm terrified somebody's going to find them, and they're going to walk around and click the horn button and find my car and take off with it. So just because you think that it's okay for us to give you your vehicle back, because look, I've got the key. I've got the key. Duh. Why are you giving me a hassle? Quit hassling me. I've got keys.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
I don't understand. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing, guys. So, I don't know, keep that in mind with our company. I don't know what we were even talking about something else.
We were talking about how people have their keys and think that they can get their car. I don't know what else we were talking about.
I don't know. It seems like we were discussing some other crazy stuff that happens to us.
Like people ride roller coasters, lose their keys.
Oh, yeah, it happens. We're in a tourist town, so the odds of keys being misplaced are very high.
I've lost them on roller coasters, mountain coasters, Dollywood, trail walking, river, tubing, rafting, stuff like that.
But we do make this very easy, guys. We don't care what language you speak. We don't care where you live. We don't care
where you're from, what you look like, who you are. We care who you are as long as it matches the registration.
We don't care if you have a driver's license, if you've never had a driver's license. We don't care if it doesn't have a license plate on it. We don't care if it doesn't have any insurance on it.
That's not our department.
None of that is our department. The only thing that we care about is prove to me that this is your car. We make this very easy. So
it's not up to us to police who has a license and who has insurance, and that's not our job. We don't do that. Prove to me it's your car, you can take it.
No matter where you're from.
No matter where you're from. No matter what language you speak. Don't care. It doesn't matter.
I'm trying to get him a lot. There it is. Okay, guys. Anyway, just some tow talk, things that we thought was irrelevant for that video, and things that that really get frequently. There you go. Frequently asked and discussed on the channel. So anything that might be brought up as far as questions that we can clear up now, maybe this will help on that stuff. But we still love the questions. So if there's anything that we left out of that equation, comment down below. We love hearing those things. But we try to make the retrieval of a vehicle as easy as possible. So.
And it goes smoothly, and it's just seamless if the policy is just straight across the board. Prove to me it's your car and you can have it. That it's like there's no questions, there's no wiggle room, there's no need for interpretation.
Not saying, well, all right, I'll do this for you, and then the next guy that comes, well, he had this, and I'll do this one for you. There's really no, it's not that broad of a thing. It's one requirement, and it doesn't have to be that complicated.
You don't have to call your friends. You don't have to call your lawyer. You don't have to call the police. You don't have to call everybody in the town that thinks that might have some pull with us.
Leave the police alone. Leave them alone. The police don't want to talk to you, I promise. Unless
your car's stolen? Yeah, no.
Golly. Poor police department. I feel sorry for you guys. Dispatch, you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
I don't care where you are, where you're from, what department you work for.
Oh, every dispatcher across the nation.
Listen, you guys have got to be a counselor. I don't even know.
There's a long list of requirements.
Dispatchers, we love you. Got to get back to work, guys. Comment down below. Love hearing from you.